Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine. The time to say yes to your dreams and aspirations is here.
Now, considering the fact that your father, never wanted you to go to the university or didn't have the wherewithal, how eventually were you able to wriggle out of the demands of the university and everything? How eventually were you able to do it?
That is a very good question. Where there is a way, where there is a will, there is always a way. You have to make up your mind, of what you want to be in life. That will is very important. If you have it, you find out that God makes a way for those who ask from Him. He say, whatever you desire, ask from me. You will give it to all men liberally. You find out that God will make a way for you. So that will to go to university was there. Aside for JAM, my father did not know when I sat for JAM. He only knew when I now told him that I'm going to university. Now, before I made up my mind to go to university, I've already saved 2,000 naira. 2,000 naira was like 10 million naira in the 80s. For me to go to Nsukka, it was 20 naira it was even other 10 naira from Lagos to Enugu, to Nsukka. That's what the transport there. And when I entered into the university, what we were paying for meal, it was 50 kobo. Before Buhari and overthrew the government of Shehu Shagari, and then they now introduced, they now said that we should make our own personal arrangement for feeding. They were arranged with a cook, who was now cooking for the entire university. It was arrangement between the student union and caterers, and they now increased it to 1 naira. From 50 kobo now to 1 naira, we're now paying 1 naira. Are you following me? Now, school fees at that time was only 60 naira. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
everything, both accommodation and everything. I think everything was. I don't think it's up to 100 naira.
Wow.
To tell you, when I did masters in University of Lagos, what I paid for me to enter into the university, I think it was 5,000 naira, which was big money then. That was in the 90s. When I did my masters. So with that 2,000 naira that I have, that 2,000 naira carried me up to third year. When I move over to law faculty, the third year, we are supposed to be in third year in political science. Mind you, I lost 2 years. I started now in year 1. So where I started having some financial problem was from second year. But 2,000 naira carried me from first year to third year in University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
Wow.
So you can imagine. So now some people now, you can, when the holiday comes, I do 1 or 2 things, there are some people with me, some will give you 20 naira, some will give you 10 naira, some will give you 30 naira. By the time I'm gathering, because I know how to save money, by the time I'm gathering this money, when it's time for me to go back to school, that's what I will use now to pay all the necessary fees. And funny enough, I didn't buy any single book. I couldn't afford any single textbook as they lost today. I was only borrowing from friends to read. And meanwhile, I made second class upper in University of Nigeria, Nsukka, without any single textbook. Yes. And then I was only one, because we are 10 of us that had second class upper University of Nigeria, 1989 set. When I went to law school, I was only the person out of the 10 persons that had second class upper who achieved the same feat in university and the law school by having second class upper. So I had 2-1 university, then 2-1 law school. All by the grace of God. It's not of him that runneth, remember, it's not of him that willeth, it's of God that showeth mercy. I like reading and I like paying attention. When I look at a thing now, I will within a short time understand it. And I begin to explain. In fact, I had an issue with my classmates while in university. All the girls, all the ladies will surround me for me to give them tutorial. And so the boys will get jealous and say, why is he Ubani? You know, and all the babes, you know, will be calling Ubani, 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 we love you, we love you. And the guys were getting jealous. And it nearly cost me a political position in university. Around for the office of the Chief Judge of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, 1988. All the boys in my gang up against me. Why let the girls, you know, go and vote for Ubani? It's only, you know, the girls that Ubani talk to. Now it became an issue. Do you know what happened? The ladies in the University of Nigeria do not come out, especially in Enugu campus, do not come out to vote. They feel that, you know, election is meant for the poor people and all that. So, you know, babes, especially the Babylonian babes, you know, there's all we call Babylon. You know, is a place, you know, where all manner of things are committed. So that's why they call it Babylon. But that's not the real name. So the Babylonians don't come out to vote. But because of Ubani, they know if I lose that election, no more tutorial, no more teaching, no more. So all the girls came out. Then with my also other guys from other classes, you know, year 1 to year 4, we participate. But my class boys, all of them gang up, and so Ubani will not be the CJ of the university. But the girls came out from my class, and they came out en masse, and they voted, and I won that election resoundingly. In fact, today, some of my classmates, if you see them, they'll call me Ubani CJ. Ubani CJ means Ubani Chief Judge. I was the Chief Judge of the University of Nigeria, 1988. You know, so the girls played a very vital role in me becoming the Chief Judge of the University of Nigeria. So it's been like, God has been very merciful. So to cut the long story short, it's just the grace of God with the help of few people here and there. That is how I managed to graduate as a graduate of the University of Nigeria, and then went to law school also. And some people played a very big role in me being called to the bar, then having my wig and gown, which I treasure up to today. There was somebody that gave me, I think 6,000. Yes, it was other 6,000. Yes, 6,000 naira to buy wig and gown. 6,000. You can't use 6,000 to even buy ordinary this and now. But that was what I used in buying my wig and gown. And an uncle gave me that money to buy my wig and gown.
Wow, interesting. What an interesting and inspiring story. Now, which lawyer has impacted your life the most, and why?
The person that even made me, apart from the fact that I had to go over to law because of the level of arrogance of some of the law students I told you I met in the Enugu campus, late Ganifa Wemi played a very important role for me to be a lawyer. As at that time, I was reading the young man's job he was doing in the legal profession by ensuring that things are done properly, by ensuring that the military, you know, we are not allowed, you know, to mess up Nigerians economically, politically, and otherwise. And so that singular role that Gani Farami played, you know, impacted on me and said, well, I want to be like Gani. I want to be somebody that will fight for the rights of others. I want to be somebody that will make sure that the little resources God has given to me, I will be able to impact my generation, impact people around me. And during this, my birthday that I celebrated, which I know you will come about later, yeah, I was able to, you know, impact, you know, lives of people that I know that require some level of empowerment. You know, I've been doing many things here in Lagos, but somebody, a Yoruba lady, called me one day and said, Mr. Ubani, charity begins at home. Ensure that whatever you are doing in Lagos, there are people there, you take care of them. So for some years now, most of my attention now is paid towards my people at home to ensure that things are done properly. Last December, I was able to erect what we call solar light, you know, for my village. And then the youth have always been taken care of them. I single-handedly financed my primary school, which have been upgraded to secondary school now, to start sitting for WAEC. I was the one that sponsored it. I also made them now to be a center for NECO. I single-handedly did it in my village. By the way, my village is Awomuku. Awomuku is in Ikuano local government area of Abia State. I am a son of Umosoko in Awomuku in Ikuano local government area of Abia State. So I'm their son. You know, because of me, Awomuku has entered into Google. You know, it has been mentioned. If you Google Awomuku now, it's just like there was one Maurice Ibekwe that popularized Okwele.
Okwele, I remember.
Whenever you mention Maurice, whenever you mention Okwele, Maurice
Welcome.
Ibekwe comes to your mind. Now, if you mention Oba, I know the one you remember that there is one.
Ubani.
That there is one Ubana, Obi Kubana. I want to be like that. If you mention Awomuku, you say there is one Barrister Ubani, one Dr. Emu Ubani, who is a son of that soul. Or you mention Ikwa nowhere, which is my local government. Yes, that is the place where Ubani comes from and all that. I just want God to give me that grace to be a light, to my community and to my local government and even to my state, Abia State, where I come from.
Interesting. Now, what must any young lawyer who wants to go far do?
You must be interested in reading. The law profession is not meant for the lazy. If you are very lazy, you cannot succeed in the legal profession. And you also must be interested in learning. Learning is very key. It's not easy when you finish from university, you just jump into your private practice. You must learn how it's been done in established law firm, how they hold meetings in order to plan for their cases next week. Law firms usually meet either midweek or some meet, either by Friday or by Saturday to review all their cases they had at the week, and they now assign cases for the week and all that, how to manage clients, how to make sure that all the cases you're handling for clients, you communicate to them, because some people will be handling a case on behalf of the client. They don't even know how to communicate. They don't update the client about the status of their case. Now, these are some administrative things you need to learn about running a law firm. Running a law firm is a technical issue for which any young lawyer must learn when you come out of the law school. So learning is very key. Knowing the rudiments is also very key. Then continue to read, and then make sure that God will give you money to buy books, because a good lawyer must buy books constantly. You must have law report, because you have to be up to date, because decisions are being made every week. So you must have enough money to be buying your law report so that you be up to date. You may not buy the law report now; it's been electronic. Almost everything now is being done electronically and all that. So you can apply, from all these law reporters. There are law reporters that are doing it electronically. Acquire it, and every month you update your law report in order to be sure that the latest decisions of the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal are inserted in the ones you have in order to be up to date. So reading, being studious, being hardworking, and then obedient, and then good character and good relationship with your client is what a good lawyer should learn. A new lawyer that comes into the market must learn, because it is these clients you are servicing that will introduce more clients to you. If you don't service them well, they cannot do a referral for you. So you must maintain a good character. You must show a high level of honesty. You must not be interested in money without a commensurate service to the client. It is when you give a client a good service, he now wants to retain you the more, and also want to do a referral. You refer certain persons to you, so that you now begin to build your clientele. So issue of character is also important. If you are very intelligent a lawyer, you don't have good character in order how to handle clients, you run into problems. Before you know it, you die of hunger and poverty, because you need to have constant clients coming in, because you're going to pay your bills. You have to take care of your family. You're going to take care of your family. Your immediate family, your extended family, they will all be there, because you are a lawyer now. Everyone knows a lawyer must be a person of good standing in the society. So there are a lot of financial requests on you. So if you're not doing well, it will show. Your shoe will change. Your shoe will begin to point to Ojo. If you see some lawyers and see their suits, it's not even, in fact, they call it coats, because they cannot afford to change them, because they don't have good clients. So good character, good relationship, being hardworking, and then maintaining good integrity and all that are some of those qualities a good lawyer must have, sir.
Interesting. Now, you seem to be paying more attention now to activism. Why?
Yes. As I said earlier, Khalifa with me is somebody that I love so much. If you come to my chamber, I do a lot of other cases, land matters, matrimonial issues, contracts, even corporate. Most of these banks, I do a lot of perfections, and then property deals and all that. But when it comes to political issues, political cases, You know, it's that one that, you know, publicity, there is publicity attached to it. So that's why people think, you know, Ubani is now known for activism because there is so much publicity. There is no way you can win the cases that I have won, you know, recently. It will not be in the news. I got a judgment against the bogus, you know, salaries and allowances, outrageous salaries and allowances of National Assembly members. Such a case is a case that the press want to feast on and report, because all of us have been crying that the National Assembly members are earning so much. 15% of annual budget is being used to service their lifestyle. You know, their fancy. We are servicing their fancy, you know, and we are saying we are the citizens, we are not living in such luxury, you know. We can't afford 1 square meal a day. But these guys are living in opulent luxury. So I went to court and said, no, in the light of this economic reality, must they continue to be squandering our riches at the expense of the citizens, you know? And I got that judgment. So of course that will be reported. Remember also the issue of need. When the government gave Nigerians a marching order, they're going to, you know, remove us from the network if we don't register with NIN. I said, no, it's something that has to be done gradually. If you don't do it, and of course, they're following that particular, you know, my request. You found out that they have extended the NIN registration now till October, which is what I had wanted them to do from the word go and order. You don't give a Nigerian's marching order, because at the time they registered their SIM card, there was no requirement of NIN. It wasn't a requirement that if you don't register with NIN, we're going to yank you off. You know, so I believe that we must begin to do things in accordance with the law. That's why you see me now filing a lot of cases. I've also gone to court over Twitter ban. I'm part of the people that the matter has been adjourned to October. My right is violated. I've also gone to court against custom. The case is coming out very soon, where after buying a car and then your car is cleared at the wharf, custom will follow you to your house or to your shop and say, oh, you underpaid. You ask yourself, what kind of country is it? If I paid and the car is released to me at the wharf, why will you now tell me and stop me on the road and say I underpaid? Who released the car in the first place? It doesn't make sense. If there is only underpayment, you shouldn't release my car. You should hold it until the full payment is made. Why would you now release my car at the wharf and then go and wait for me on the road and say, oh, I've made an underpayment, I should now go back and make, and then there is no time again you make payment, they say it's enough. Another one will hold you somewhere in Imo and say, oh, you are underpaid, even after you have made the second payment. So there must be a standard in all these things. Let's know how much I should use to clear a car of this nature. Let it be published. And I paid for it. So you don't go and wait for me and say I underpaid, because you are hiding these things and you want to start using it to, and begin to punish people and, collect money on, unnecessarily on the road and harass Nigerians. I've gone to court over that. There are so many other issues I'm in court, in order to ensure that things are done properly in this nation. So those ones will be reported. But the land matters, the contract matters, the corporate things you do, they cannot be covered by Arinzes of this world.
Interesting. Now, what is the relationship between law and activism?
Well, they, as I said earlier, every lawyer ought to be an activist. I'm just telling you this. Even the so-called corporate lawyers. Why the activism is that? Why activism? Activism is making sure that the society is run well. Activism is ensuring that laws are obeyed. Activism is ensuring good governance in the country. We must have a country first before you begin to exercise your right and freedom and even to go about your normal business. Now, if the society is at war, if the society is in chaos, you cannot practice your profession. Look at the way two of us are relaxing in our homes now, and we are doing this interview. Do you think if Nigeria is at war, before I get to here, I would have dodged several bullets, on the road? I won't feel happy sitting down and then we are laughing and then, talking about this particular story we're talking about now. So it's important we have a stable society where there is peace, where there is law, where there is order, so that everyone can practice his profession. So everyone can go about his business, without any harassment, without any intimidation. That is the kind of society an activist must always, seek out for. We ensure that it's law and order. Because where there is no law and order, life becomes nasty, brutish, and short, and all that. So we must ensure it. So there is that relationship between a lawyer who has been called to ban activism. A lawyer naturally must look out for his society and make sure that the society operates within the parameters of law, within the framework of law. because it's about rule of law. It's about, you know, peace. It's about order. And if there is no order, as I said earlier, you can't run. You can't do your business. You can't do anything in the society. So it is correlated. It is interrelated. It is symbiotic. They all go hand in hand. A lawyer, every lawyer must be an activist, even the corporate lawyers. I told them, because I addressed NEC. NEC is, you know, is the second highest ruling body of the Nigerian Bar Association. I told them, we have corporate lawyers, we have those who say they are legal practitioners, because we have 3 sections in Nigerian Bar Association. Section of legal practice, section of business law, and section of public interest and development law, which is the one I'm heading. And I told my colleagues in other sections, as look, every lawyer must rise up to be a defender of what is right and a good society and good governance. Because if you don't have a country, you cannot practice your corporate law. If you don't have a country, you cannot go to court and advocate on behalf of client. So we must have a country first before you begin to practice your profession. So that I want every lawyer to be a member of the public interest and development law. I am extending my hand of fellowship to every lawyer. You know, very soon, I'm going to engage in what we call aggressive recruitment of virtually all the lawyers in the country into public interest and development law. That is what I want to do. And it's going to be very soon. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yes.